Remember, embracing uncertainty doesn't mean abandoning your standards or goals. It means expanding your toolkit to include patience, intuition, and emotional awareness, tools that enrich your Virgo nature rather than diminish it. As these themes unfold, you'll discover that what initially seemed like disruption is actually a realignment with a deeper version of yourself, more resilient, wise, and peaceful. Stay with this journey, because the transformations underway promise not just survival but thriving in ways that honor your true essence. As the days of early June unfold, Virgo, you are invited to step fully into a new level of self-awareness and empowerment. The energies surrounding you aren't just about navigating challenges, they're about embracing the transformative power of presence, mindful action, and trust in your own inner wisdom. In this phase, the dance between the cosmic forces and your personal growth deepens, bringing with it insights and opportunities that can shape the coming months and beyond. The first of these final calls is a reminder to honor the delicate balance between mindset and boundaries. You've likely experienced moments where your natural inclination to please or over-explain leaves you feeling drained or misunderstood. During this intense period, setting clear boundaries, whether at work, in relationships, or within your own mind, is not just healthy, it's essential. Boundaries protect your energy, allowing you to engage with the world from a place of strength rather than depletion. One Virgo friend discovered this truth recently when she began saying no more often at work, choosing not to take on every additional task or emotional labor. At first, it felt uncomfortable, even selfish. But the result was a noticeable shift. Her focus sharpened, her stress lessened, and her relationships improved because she was clearer and more present. It's a simple but powerful practice. When you guard your energy and time, you create space for what truly matters to thrive. Mindset also plays a pivotal role. The narrative you tell yourself about your challenges shapes how you experience them. Instead of framing this cosmic storm as a threat or a breakdown, what if you saw it as a breakthrough in disguise? Reframing difficulties as growth opportunities can change your entire approach, opening your mind to creative solutions and resilience you didn't know you had. A client I worked with shared how changing her self-talk from "I can't handle this" to "this is teaching me what I need to learn" shifted her stress into motivation. This mindset shift isn't about ignoring hardships but about meeting them with curiosity and courage. Alongside boundaries and mindset, daily rituals become your anchors. In the chaos of cosmic shifts, routines can feel like lifelines, small, intentional practices that ground you and remind you of your power. For Virgos, who naturally thrive on structure, these rituals don't have to be complicated. They might include morning meditation, setting a clear intention for the day, journaling your feelings, or simply taking a moment to breathe deeply before responding to a stressful situation. One Virgo I know swears by her evening ritual of writing 3 things she's grateful for before bed. This simple act rewires her brain toward positivity and peace, even on difficult days. You might also consider creating a calm corner in your home, a quiet space where you can retreat, breathe, and reconnect. These rituals aren't just about managing stress, they're about nurturing your soul and creating pockets of peace amid life's storms. The cosmic currents of June 1st to 5th also highlight the role of shadow planets and hidden influences, those subtle energies that often work behind the scenes but have a powerful impact on your emotional and spiritual landscape. Planets like Chiron, known as the wounded healer, or the South Node, associated with past patterns and karmic lessons, might be stirring wounds or fears you thought were long buried. This awakening isn't accidental. It's a cosmic invitation to heal old hurts and break free from cycles that no longer serve you. You might notice that certain fears or doubts surface more strongly during this time, or that old patterns of self-criticism or avoidance become harder to ignore. It's tempting to push these feelings away or dismiss them as irrelevant, but the universe encourages you to lean into this discomfort gently. Healing happens when you bring light to darkness, when you offer yourself compassion instead of judgment. A Virgo client I know started attending healing circles and therapy sessions during a similar transit. And the breakthroughs she experienced transformed her relationships and self-esteem. Shadow work is challenging but deeply rewarding. It's where transformation lives. All of this ties into your broader spiritual growth challenge during this phase. You're being called to evolve, not just intellectually or materially, but at a soul level. This means embracing your imperfections, forgiving yourself for past mistakes, and opening your heart to the messy, beautiful process of becoming. Spiritual growth often asks us to surrender control and trust that the universe is guiding us even when the path seems unclear. One Virgo who shared her story with me said that during a time of great upheaval, she found solace in daily prayer and meditation, practices that connected her to something greater than herself. This connection gave her strength and perspective that no external success could provide. It reminded her that true power comes not from controlling every outcome but from embracing the mystery and flow of life. As we wrap up this journey through the powerful energies of June 1st to 5th, remember that you hold immense strength within you, Virgo. The stars may stir the winds around you, but you decide how you steer your ship. By setting boundaries, shifting your mindset, embracing daily rituals, healing old wounds, and trusting your spiritual path, you turn what feels like a warning into a profound opportunity. If you found these insights helpful, please take a moment to subscribe to Zen Mind Peaceful Life for more astrology wisdom and practical guidance to help you live peacefully and powerfully. Hit that like button if you're ready to embrace change and growth. And share this video with other Virgos who might need this message. Your journey is important, and together, we create a community of mindful, empowered souls. Stay tuned for our upcoming videos where we'll dive even deeper into how these cosmic energies continue to unfold, and how you can harness them to manifest the life you truly desire. Until then, keep your mind calm, your heart open, and remember, you are not alone on this path. Imagine the cycle of ignoring a shadow as walking around with a pebble in your shoe. You try to ignore it, but eventually, it slows you down, causes pain, and affects your whole stride. Engaging in shadow work during this time can be as simple as asking yourself honest questions. What fears are driving my need for control? Are there resentments I haven't acknowledged? What parts of myself do I try to hide, even from myself? You don't have to dive into this alone. Therapists, trusted friends, or spiritual guides can support you. Even setting aside quiet time for meditation or reflective writing can open the door to these hidden truths and start the healing process. Your career and ambitions, usually so carefully planned and methodical, may also feel the pressure of this cosmic energy. You might notice delays, misunderstandings, or unexpected obstacles that shake your confidence. This can feel disorienting, especially when you're used to having a clear roadmap and a strong work ethic. But these challenges serve a purpose. They ask you to pause and reevaluate what success really means to you. It's easy to get caught up in external achievements, but the universe is nudging you to consider whether your current path truly aligns with your deeper values and passions. A Virgo client I coached faced this exact dilemma. She had climbed the corporate ladder steadily, but a series of setbacks forced her to reconsider whether the stressful job was worth the toll on her mental health and personal life. Through reflection and honest conversation, she discovered a new career direction that felt more authentic and fulfilling. The setbacks weren't failures, they were invitations to realign. During this time, try to resist the urge to push harder through obstacles without assessing your goals. Instead, practice patience and openness to new possibilities. Trust that sometimes slowing down is the fastest way to move forward. Adaptability, which might feel foreign or even threatening to your nature, is the key to transforming this period. Flexibility doesn't mean giving up control. It means choosing where to hold firm and where to bend with the currents of change. This balance is delicate but essential. You might find that the more you resist change, the more stressful the days become. When you start to embrace uncertainty as part of the journey rather than a threat, you'll notice a shift in your energy and perspective. It can help to create small daily rituals that cultivate this adaptable mindset. Start with morning affirmations like "I flow with life's changes," or a mindfulness practice that anchors you in the present moment, where control is less important than presence. Notice how your body feels when you resist versus when you let go, and choose the latter more often. Over time, this approach rewires your responses and builds resilience. One powerful way to embody adaptability is through storytelling. Reflect on moments in your past when unexpected changes led to surprising growth or new opportunities. Recalling these stories reminds you that change isn't the enemy, it's a necessary part of evolution. Share these stories with trusted people or write them down to reinforce your new mindset. Finally, your intuition is a subtle but potent guide through this volatile period. Virgos pride themselves on logic and analysis. But your inner knowing can provide insights that facts alone cannot. Intuition might show up as a quiet feeling, a sudden idea, or a physical sensation, a gut feeling. Learning to trust these signals, especially when the mind feels foggy or overwhelmed, is crucial. Develop your intuition by spending time in stillness, away from distractions. Pay attention to dreams, body signals, or spontaneous thoughts. Journaling about these impressions can help clarify messages from your subconscious. When faced with decisions, balance your analytical mind with these intuitive nudges. Over time, this harmonious dance between logic and intuition strengthens your decision-making and helps you navigate uncertainty with greater ease. As you move through the first week of June, remember that these energies, emotional awareness, shadow work, career reflection, adaptability, and intuition, are not isolated challenges but interconnected threads of your personal evolution. Each offers a doorway to greater self-understanding and peace if you choose to walk through it. What might feel like chaos or loss on the surface is often the universe's way of clearing the path for your next level of growth. Stay tuned for the next part of this journey, where we'll explore how specific planetary alignments are influencing these energies, and how you can harness their power with simple yet transformative rituals designed just for Virgo. This is more than astrology, it's a guide to living deeply and fully through change. Virgo, as the early days of June unfold, the cosmic landscape around you is charged with energies that challenge not only your external reality but also your inner framework, the way you think, feel, and respond to life's twists and turns. The planetary dance during this time is intricate and intense, calling you to tap into your natural powers while encouraging new ways of being that might initially feel unfamiliar or even uncomfortable. This isn't a time for rushing or forcing outcomes, instead, it's an invitation to deepen your connection with your own intuition, adaptability, and emotional resilience. One of the most compelling lessons in this period revolves around the necessity of embracing change and adaptability. For Virgos, who are wired to seek order and predictability, flexibility can seem like a surrender of control, and yet it's exactly the skill that will allow you to navigate these shifting currents successfully. Imagine trying to plant a garden during a season where the weather changes daily. If you rigidly insist on watering at the same time and the same way regardless of conditions, your plants might suffer. But if you observe and respond to the soil's moisture and the sun's intensity, you give your garden the best chance to thrive. This analogy fits perfectly with your current cosmic climate. The universe is nudging you to pay attention to the nuances in your environment and within yourself, adjusting your approach instead of resisting change. A friend of mine, also a Virgo, recently faced a sudden restructuring at work. Initially, she reacted with stress and a strong desire to control every outcome, micromanaging projects and communications. The tension nearly overwhelmed her, both mentally and physically. Eventually, she made a conscious decision to practice adaptability, stepping back, listening more carefully, and letting go of the need to control every detail. This shift didn't just reduce her anxiety, it improved her relationships at work and opened up unexpected opportunities for collaboration and leadership. Her story reminds us that flexibility is not weakness but strength in disguise. Alongside adaptability, your intuition emerges as a powerful guide during these early June days. While Virgo is often associated with logic and analytical thinking, there's a quieter, more subtle voice within you that often gets overlooked, your gut feelings, your instincts, your intuitive knowing. When the mind becomes overwhelmed or clouded by stress and rapid changes, tuning into your intuition can provide clarity and direction that pure logic cannot. It's that sudden insight, the flash of understanding that comes without deliberate reasoning but feels deeply right. Cultivating this intuitive sense requires intentional quiet and stillness. In the hustle of daily life, and especially during a period of cosmic tension, it's easy to dismiss these whispers of wisdom as irrational or insignificant. However, taking time for meditation, mindful walks in nature, or simply sitting in silence can help you reconnect with this inner compass. One Virgo I know started journaling not just about her daily tasks but about her dreams, bodily sensations, and spontaneous thoughts. This practice revealed patterns and insights that transformed how she approached her personal and professional life. By valuing your intuition alongside your intellect, you create a balanced decision-making process that is both grounded and inspired. Communication also plays a critical role during this time. Mercury's influence on Virgo emphasizes clarity and precision. Yet when the planet is in a challenging phase, misunderstandings can escalate quickly. This is not the moment to assume others know what you mean or to hold back important feelings for fear of conflict. Instead, clear, honest, and compassionate communication becomes essential. Virgos tend to internalize and overthink, sometimes creating complex scenarios in their minds that don't reflect reality. Speaking your truth, even if it feels vulnerable, can prevent unnecessary tensions and deepen connections. A Virgo client of mine found herself caught in a web of unspoken resentments with a close friend. Instead of addressing issues as they arose, she buried her feelings, fearing the confrontation would damage the relationship. Over time, the silence grew heavier until a small misunderstanding triggered a painful argument. The breakthrough came when she consciously chose to open up and share her feelings without blame or judgment. This honest dialogue not only repaired the friendship but made it stronger. It's a powerful reminder that vulnerability and clarity in communication are tools that safeguard your most important relationships, especially when cosmic energies stir confusion. Your emotional health, closely tied to your communication and intuition, demands gentle care now. The tension of planetary alignments can amplify stress, leading to physical symptoms like headaches, tension in the neck or shoulders, or digestive discomfort, areas where Virgos commonly feel stress manifest. When your body sends these signals, it's not just about symptom relief but about tuning into the deeper emotional or mental causes behind them. Practicing mindfulness, deep breathing, or gentle movement like yoga can help release accumulated tension and restore balance. A technique that many Virgos find grounding is the body scan meditation, where you mentally check in with each part of your body, noticing sensations without trying to change them. This simple practice increases awareness and often highlights areas where emotions are held physically. Recognizing these connections allows you to address emotional needs with compassion rather than pushing through with sheer willpower. Career-wise, the cosmos might throw curveballs that feel like setbacks but actually encourage you to rethink your approach. The urge to push harder and control every outcome could be tempting, especially when your professional goals feel threatened. However, the universe is asking for a more nuanced strategy, one that balances ambition with patience, determination with flexibility. Reflecting on past experiences where unexpected obstacles redirected you toward a better path can be incredibly reassuring. Perhaps a project that stalled led to a new partnership, or a forced pause gave you time to develop a skill that later became invaluable. This perspective shift transforms setbacks from failures into stepping stones, fueling resilience and innovation. Sharing stories like these with trusted colleagues or mentors can inspire fresh ideas and remind you that progress isn't always linear. In practical terms, setting realistic goals and allowing room for adjustment helps you stay grounded. Instead of rigid deadlines, consider creating flexible timelines that account for unforeseen challenges. Regularly reviewing your progress and remaining open to feedback ensures you're aligned with evolving circumstances rather than locked into a fixed plan that may no longer serve you. The overarching theme tying these experiences together is the balance between control and surrender. Virgos excel at planning and precision, but the current cosmic environment calls for a dance between holding firm where necessary and yielding where needed. This balance is dynamic, not static, requiring constant tuning into both external realities and internal states. Daily rituals can support this delicate balance. Starting the day with mindful intention setting, followed by moments of reflection and gratitude, anchors you in presence rather than anxiety. When faced with challenges, pausing to breathe deeply and ask, "What is this moment teaching me?" shifts your mindset from resistance to curiosity. Virgo, listen carefully, because what I'm about to reveal could change everything you thought you knew about this early June period. From June 1st to the 5th, the stars are sending a powerful and urgent warning specifically for you. This is not just some generic horoscope, it's a cosmic alert tied directly to your mind, your emotions, and your life path. Ignoring this could lead to major losses, not just materially, but in your relationships, your health, and your inner peace. Now, I know Virgo energy is all about control, precision, and planning. But right now, the universe is shaking up your usual sense of order. Imagine a calm lake suddenly hit by a storm. If you resist the waves, you risk capsizing. But if you learn to ride the waves, this turbulent time could become your greatest opportunity for growth. In today's video, I'll guide you through the exact planetary movements affecting you, the hidden psychological traps you need to avoid, and the practical, mindful tools that will help you stay grounded and thrive, even when it feels like everything is falling apart. So before we dive in, if you want to unlock deeper self-awareness, master your emotional resilience, and live a peaceful life aligned with the stars, make sure to hit that subscribe button now. Like this video if you're ready to take control of your cosmic destiny, and share it with every Virgo you know who needs this message. Let's get started. Virgo, the first days of June are not just another calendar moment for you, they're a turning point. A cosmic crossroad that demands your full attention. Imagine standing at the edge of a forest just as the sun begins to set. The path behind you is familiar, safe, and well-trodden. But the path ahead is shrouded in shadows and whispers of change. That's what June 1st through the 5th feels like for you. There's something in the cosmic winds urging you to pause and look deeper. Or risk losing what matters most. The planetary energy at play during these days isn't subtle. It's as if the universe has put a giant neon sign flashing above your head saying, "Beware." Mercury, your ruling planet, which usually gifts you with sharp communication and clear thinking, is casting a shadow you can't ignore. This isn't your usual Mercury retrograde drama. It's the shadow phase where things start to feel off, conversations get tangled, plans slip, and your usually reliable mind might suddenly betray you. The trick is, this phase catches even the most organized off guard. You might find yourself misreading people's intentions or making decisions that, later on, seem like they came from a fogged-up window. I once knew a Virgo client who, during such a period, made a major investment without the usual careful research because they felt sure in the moment. The fallout? Months of stress and losses that could have been avoided with a little extra caution and patience. Now, Virgos are perfectionists by nature. This is your strength and your challenge. When everything feels shaky, your instinct is to double down on control, checking every detail, rewriting plans, and pushing yourself harder to fix what feels broken. But here's the catch: during this early June window, your usual perfectionism can actually become a trap. Imagine trying to hold water in your hands. The tighter you grip, the more it slips away. The same goes for your mental and emotional energy now. Instead of control, what you need is adaptability. Flexibility is your new superpower. It sounds counterintuitive, especially when your personality thrives on order, but resisting the flow right now is like swimming against a powerful current that will wear you down. One Virgo friend recently shared how they caught themselves spiraling into fix-it mode non-stop during a similar transit and ended up exhausted, overwhelmed, and disconnected from their own needs. When they finally surrendered to the flow, pausing, stepping back, and practicing gentle self-compassion, they found clarity and unexpected solutions appeared almost effortlessly. The stakes are real beyond just mental fog and control issues. Money matters could face unexpected challenges during this period. Think about those times when your budget seemed perfectly balanced. But out of nowhere, an unplanned expense popped up and threw everything into chaos. The energy from the cosmos right now could magnify such situations. It's not about fear, but awareness. If you ignore the subtle financial warning signs, like that small impulse buy that feels harmless or a contract you're too eager to sign, you might find yourself scrambling later. That Virgo client I mentioned? They learned the hard way that the urge to act fast can be your undoing during this time. The advice? Slow down on financial decisions. Read contracts twice. Pause before making promises. This is not a time to rush or take risks without full clarity. And then there's the emotional realm, often overlooked by the logical Virgo but crucial now. Relationships, whether romantic, familial, or friendships, may become a minefield. The cosmic tension can create misunderstandings, unspoken frustrations, and emotional distance. Virgos tend to internalize rather than express, which can build invisible walls between you and those you care about. During this time, even small comments or actions might feel amplified and spark conflict. I remember a Virgo acquaintance who kept brushing off their partner's concerns during such a transit, thinking it was nothing. But the silence built tension that exploded into a major argument days later. The lesson? Don't let pride or the need for control shut down honest communication. Take a breath, listen deeply, and share what's really on your heart, even if it feels uncomfortable. Vulnerability can be your bridge to peace now. Lastly, the connection between your mind and body can't be ignored. Stress tends to build quietly in Virgos, especially when life feels out of sync. The pressure to maintain control during chaotic cosmic shifts can lead to exhaustion, headaches, digestive issues, or just a deep feeling of burnout. If you've ever felt that creeping fatigue where nothing seems to refresh you, it's a sign to slow down and nurture yourself. Simple practices, like mindful breathing, gentle yoga, or a daily gratitude journal, can anchor you back to calm. One of the most powerful things you can do during this period is to listen to your body's whispers before it screams. Give yourself permission to rest, to say no, and to choose peace over productivity. This first part of June is a call for you, Virgo, to recalibrate your relationship with control, communication, finances, emotions, and your health. Ignoring these cosmic nudges won't just leave you frustrated, it could feel like everything you've built is slipping away. But here's the beautiful paradox: by embracing these challenges with awareness and care, you unlock a door to deeper self-understanding and resilience. The next few days are an invitation to shift your mindset and practices in a way that will protect you from loss and guide you toward growth. If you think this sounds intense, just wait. Coming up next, we'll dive even deeper into the planetary dance that's shaping these energies, uncover hidden emotional patterns you might not realize, and explore practical, grounded rituals that can help you transform uncertainty into peace. Stay with me, because what you learn here could turn this cosmic warning into your greatest life lesson. Virgo, as you step deeper into the early days of June, the cosmic energies aren't simply about external events or challenges, they're inviting you to a profound internal journey. This time is less about what's happening around you and more about what's stirring within. The planets are shaping a landscape where your usual ways of coping and responding are being tested, forcing you to look beyond surface realities and confront some deeper psychological truths. Your emotions, often tucked away behind a carefully constructed wall of logic and reason, will now demand acknowledgement. You might find yourself feeling restless, even though everything seems calm on the outside. This inner turmoil is subtle, like an undercurrent pulling at your usual composure. There's a risk here if you ignore these feelings or suppress them, as many Virgos tend to do, because they don't just vanish. Instead, they build pressure that can manifest in unexpected ways, sleepless nights, unexplained irritability, or a sense of disconnection from the people you care about most. One Virgo I worked with found herself withdrawing during a particularly stressful week, telling herself she just needed to figure things out alone. What she didn't realize was that this withdrawal was creating emotional distance with her partner, who felt shut out and confused. When she finally opened up, the relief was immediate, and they worked through their challenges together. This phase also highlights something crucial about your emotional blind spots, those parts of yourself that you may be reluctant to face. Virgos are experts at analyzing and problem-solving, but the emotional realm doesn't always respond to logic. Feelings like vulnerability, fear, or even anger can feel uncomfortable or illogical, and so they are often pushed aside. However, ignoring these blind spots during this intense period can lead to emotional burnout or even physical symptoms. A friend of mine, a Virgo with a demanding job, ignored her mounting anxiety until it triggered a health scare that forced her to finally confront what she'd been avoiding. The wisdom here is that emotional awareness isn't a weakness, it's a strength that allows you to heal and grow. Practice tuning in to your feelings daily, perhaps by journaling or simply pausing to notice how you're feeling without judgment. This simple act can shift your energy dramatically. Closely connected to this emotional work is the concept of shadow work, a term you might have heard but feels abstract or intimidating. Shadow work is about exploring the hidden parts of yourself, the fears, unresolved wounds, and unconscious patterns that shape your behavior. It's not about blaming or shame but about honest self-reflection and healing. This early June window is a cosmic spotlight on these shadows for Virgo, urging you to face what you've been avoiding. This might feel uncomfortable, but the alternative is remaining stuck in repetitive patterns that drain your energy and block your progress.